Hi. I'm so excited to see you again. The sun is shining today. It kind of makes me want to lie down in a sunbeam like a cat. You know, I liked The Legend of King Arthur so much that I want to read some more of it. Will you join me? In this chapter, King Arthur encounters a strange beast. Let's go. Arthur had many battles to fight and many kings to conquer before he was acknowledged Lord of them all, and often he would have failed had he not listened to the wisdom of Merlin and been helped by his sword Excalibur, which, in obedience to Merlin's orders, he never drew till things were going ill with him. Later, it shall be told how the king got the sword Excalibur, which shone so bright in enemies' eyes that they fell back, dazzled by the brightness. Many knights came to stand with him, and among them Sir Ban, King of Gaul, beyond the sea, who was ever his faithful friend. And it was in one war when King Arthur and King Ban and King Bors, Arthur has many friends, went to the rescue of the King of Cameliard, that Arthur saw Guinevere, the king's daughter, whom afterwards he wedded. By and by, King Ban and King Bors returned to their own country across the sea, and the king went to Carlion, a town on the river Usk, where a strange dream came to him. He dreamt that the land was overrun with griffins and serpents, which burnt and slay his people, and made war on the monsters, and was sorely wounded, though at last he killed them all. When he woke, the remembrance of his dream was heavy upon him, and to shake it off, he summoned his knights to hunt with him, and they rode fast till they reached a forest. Soon they spied a deer before them, which the king claimed as his game, and he spurred his horse and rode after him. But the deer ran fast, and king could not get near it, and the chase lasted so long that the king himself grew heavy, and his horse fell dead under him. Then he sat under a tree and rested, till he heard the baying of hounds, and fancied he counted as many as 30 of them. He raised his head to look, and coming towards him, he saw a beast so strange that its like was not to be found throughout his kingdom. It went straight to the well and drank, making as it did the sound of many hounds baying. And when it had drunk its fill, the beast went its way. While the king was wondering what sort of beast this could be, a knight rode by, who, seeing a man lying under a tree, stopped and said to him, "Knight, full of thought and sleep, tell me if a strange beast has passed this way." "Yes, truly," answered Arthur, "and by now it must be 2 miles distant. What do you want with it?" "Oh, sir, I have followed that beast from far," replied the man, "and have ridden my horse to death. If only I could find another, I would still go after it." As he spoke, a squire came up leading a fresh horse for the king, and when the knight saw it, he prayed that it might be given to him. "For," he said, "I have followed this quest this 12-month, and either I shall slay him, or he will slay me." "Sir Knight," answered King Arthur, "you have done your part. Leave now your quest, and let me follow the beast for the same time that you have done." "Fool," replied the knight, whose name was Pellinore, "it would be all in vain, for none may slay that beast but I or my next of kin." And without more words, He sprang into the saddle. "You may take my horse by force," said King Arthur, "but I should like to prove first which of us two is the better horseman." "Well," answered the knight, "when you want me, come to this spring. Here you will always find me." And, spurring his horse, he galloped away. The king watched him till he was out of sight, and then turned to his squire and bade him bring him another horse as quickly as he could. While he was waiting for it, the wizard Merlin came along in the likeness of a boy and asked the king why he was so thoughtful. "I may well be thoughtful," replied the king, "for I have seen the most wonderful sight in all the world." "That I know well," said Merlin. For I know all your thoughts, but it is folly to let your mind dwell on it, for thinking will mend nothing. I know, too, that Uther Pendragon was your father, and your mother was the Lady Igraine." "How can a boy like you know that?" cried Arthur, growing angry, but Merlin only answered, "I know it better than any man living," and passed, returning soon after in the likeness of an old man of 80, and sitting down by the well to rest. "What makes you so sad?" asked Merlin. "I may well be sad," replied Arthur. "This is plenty to make me so. And besides, there was a boy here who told me things that he had no business to know, and among them the names of my father and mother." "He told you the truth," said the old man, "and if you would have listened, he could have told you still more. How that your sister shall have a child who shall destroy you and all your knights." "Who are you?" asked Arthur, wondering. "I am Merlin, and it was I who came to you in the likeness of a boy. I know all things, how that you shall die a noble death, being slain in battle, while my end shall be shameful, for I shall be put alive into the earth." There was no time to say more, for the man brought up the king's horse, and he mounted and rode fast till he came to Carlion. Wow, what a story. Will you join me soon for the next chapter? Bye.